All right, y'all. I'm going to respond to Charmaine's comment. How a man treats his mother or sister does not determine how he will treat you if he is a narcissist or he is emotionally detached. That is no longer a gauge to go by. Now, I don't normally do video responses, but I implore you to go and look at the back and forward that she and I had in my comment section so that you can get some context around some of the things that I'm going to mention in this video. If a man hates his mother, resents his mother, has unresolved negative feelings about his mother, that will absolutely show up in how he views other women and how he treats other women, especially the ones he's in relationship with. You're replying to one of 14 parts to a series that I did. I mentioned that sometimes men who are overly enmeshed with their mothers is a problem as well. There needs to be balance. But one thing I do know is that if a man hates his mother or any female caregiver, and I didn't say anything about his sisters, but we can add that too. If he hates those women, you best believe that he is going to hate other women or treat other women with as much hatred and resentment that he has towards his mother. I'm talking about unresolved issues. Now, if the man has been to therapy, he has sought spiritual healing, he has gotten a life coach, he has actually actively worked through the issues that he had in his childhood that stem from his relationship with his mother, you might be in luck. But if this man has never sought any type of therapy, any type of help to get through and work through the negative feelings of resentment and hatred towards his caregivers or his mother, you will absolutely be on the receiving end of that unresolved hatred. There's no way around it. Now, on to my credentials. I'm not on this page talking about what I think. I'm telling you what I know. And the reason why I know this is because of my 19 years of experience in law enforcement as an advocate for victims of domestic violence. 10 years at the state's attorney's office, domestic violence unit. 5 years at the police department, family crimes unit. 3 years as a witness relocation specialist for the state's attorney's office. And 1 year as a district court commissioner where I issued warrants and protective orders for people who were committing crimes in an urban city where it goes down. 7 years as a mental health therapist, clinical. We're talking about almost 30 years of experience. I can speak on this. And let me add, 3 years as a co-facilitator of an abuser intervention program, meaning I co-facilitated the anger management groups that men, abusers, were court-ordered to attend. So not only did I work with the victims of domestic violence, I also worked with the perpetrators. So you may have spoken to women at large on this topic, but this was my career. Do you know how many women and men I spoke with, both victims and perpetrators, over 20 years? That's why I say your view is limited. This was my profession. So, no, I'm not defensive. I'm passionate about the information that I give out. And I'm not giving you what I think, I'm giving you what I know. You have what? 3 followers and 4 people you're following? But you have this whole world view and talk to all these people. Trust me, your conversations with people in your travels has nothing on the women who I have helped escape abuse. I have heard their stories. I have dealt with the hundreds of men who have come into the program because they were court-ordered. Do you know how much it takes to get court-ordered to go to anger management, abuser intervention? I wasn't dealing with no lightweights. What you think we're talking about in those classrooms? We're talking about their relationships with their mothers, which most of them didn't have good relationships with their mothers. So it's not their fault. I'm not saying that you get to choose who your mother is and what type of childhood you have. No, nobody gets to choose that. But when you become an adult, the decisions that you make, the choice of whether you're going to get help for that or you're going to go out and just be a menace to society, that's on you. And I can tell you, the majority of men are not doing the work. I have male clients, therapy clients, who are in therapy trying to do the work. Far and few, but I have them. And they're in therapy because how they showed up in their relationships is not working for them. And it all stems back to their relationship with their mothers. Even women, the type of relationship you have with your mother as a woman says a lot. So this is absolutely a gauge to go by. It may not be the only gauge, but if you're dealing with a man who has unresolved issues with his mother, you absolutely are going to deal with something when it comes to him. If he has resolved it, great. But if he hasn't, I can guarantee you, I would put money on it that if you spoke to his girlfriends, ex-wives, baby mothers, they would have a story to tell about his disrespect and his hatred towards women. So I'm not telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I know from my 19 years of experience in law enforcement, my 7 years of experience as a therapist, and my own personal experience. So please don't come into my comments spreading misinformation, limited views, because you haven't had the experience. Great if you haven't had the experience. But there are hundreds of women in my comments who have. And those are the women that I'm speaking to. Good day.